Hi again, everyone. Welcome back to another session. And of course, today we're going through Maiden of Blackwater, Fatal Frame, or Project Zero. Anyways, we'll just stick with normal. We're not gonna. Ren Hojo, the author, is intoxicated and takes a close look at the album. One photo catches his eye and he decides to investigate further. He goes to the inn with the camera as Pura and Rui, his assistant. Okay, so we're playing as Ren now, okay. Time to gear up. Third drop, post-mortem photography, Ren Hojo. Let's see where this takes us. Alright. Ren Hojo, a writer, is haunted by a recurring dream in which he kills a young girl during a ritual. He receives an album of post-mortem photographs located on his request by Hisoka. Upon viewing one of the photos, Ren recognizes the very scene from his dreams. Eager to delve further into this puzzling mystery, Ren heads to the abandoned inn in person this time, bringing along his assistant, Ryu Kagamiya. Let's go.
Will you die with me?
What the heck? Is it a phenomena, or do these people have like a connection? I think these people have a connection to what's going on with the mountain
She's
and whatnot.
beautiful, but she looks sad too.
But we have to play the game to find out now, don't we?
Isn't she the type of woman that you get nervous around?
Yeah. There may be more of this stuff out there.
Shall I call Hisoka?
No, let's go there ourselves. It'll be quicker that way.
At this hour?
It won't take long.
So then, shouldn't you take the camera obscura? You haven't used it yet. This could be your chance. People say there's something off about that place.
Okay.
My camera obscura is on the desk. Hisoka sent it back after appraising it for me. I should take that shadow rating report with me too. It may come in handy. Rui's always complaining about me leaving things on the sofa. There's an antique-looking camera on the desk. Ren's camera obscura. The measure upgrade displays the current health of a locked-on enemy. There's an unfinished manuscript on the desk. It doesn't yet have a title. I'll need more materials to solidify the theme. Memorial portraiture. The act of photographing dead bodies was a practice in Western countries in the 19th century, a time when photography was still a rare and expensive luxury. The bodies of recently deceased family members and loved ones were photographed in lifelike poses as a solemn keepsake of remembrance. While researching the phenomenon, I discovered that a similar custom made its way to Japan as well. Known as post-mortem photographs, a small number of these photos still remain. I have been fortunate enough to obtain one such photograph, which I found to contain a certain beauty liking in its Western counterparts. When photography first arrived in Japan, it was accompanied by the prevalent superstition that photographs could steal a person's soul. Whether anyone truly believed this or not, it surely gave postmortem photography a special significance in Japan. If photos were taken with this belief in mind, then postmortem photographs would not simply have been taken as keepsakes or for mourning purposes. Rather, the practice may have carried a certain deeper spiritual significance. It's a reply to the appraisal request for this camera obscura. It urges caution in using it, and this is, of course, Hisoka's letter. To Ren Hojo, the camera you left me to look at is a device known as a camera obscura. Its purpose is to capture images of the supernatural, things invisible to the naked eye. These cameras are incredibly rare, with an almost mythical status in the antiques market. A few have been known to exist, but this is the first I've ever seen with compound lenses. I didn't mean to frighten you, but rumor holds that to own a camera obscura is to invite misfortune. They say everyone who has owned one has either died, lost their mind, or gone missing. The cameras themselves have outlived many owners. With some aficionados do seek them out, while the stories of previous owners meeting with such misfortune has had an impact on their value as antiques. My camera obscura was left to a local family after its previous owner passed away. They graciously gave it to me. I believe yours is still usable, but please do exercise caution in doing so. Sincerely, Hisoka Kurosawa. P.S. The cover on your camera obscura is broken, but it seems it originally had a box shape. I doubt you'd sell it to me, but I would like to borrow it for a while if you don't mind. I'm happy to compensate. Please think it over. I left the shadow reading part on the sofa. I should take it with me just in case. It may have some information that I could use. Who knows when I might need it. This looks like a report written by Yuri. It seems to be about the photo album. Found item report. Klein, Renhojo. Report by Yuri Kusukata. Verified by Hisoka Kurosawa. The details of the request. Find items pertaining to post-mortem photography on Mountain Hikami. Obtain them if possible. Perform shadow reading using a post-mortem photograph found on Mount Hikami as a token. Located album of post-mortem photographs in Ichiro Manor. Took custody of the object. Okay. Kurosawa's antique Hojo residence. That's our... Where did I put that book about Mount Hikami? Has Ryu been tidying up again? Might be on one of the shelves. I came across this book while researching Mount Hikami. I don't think the story has anything to do with what's going on now, but you never know. The Maiden Slayer. Mount Hikami has long been steeped in legends revolving around suicide and ghosts. Revered as a sacred place since time immemorial, it was once the worshipping ground and home of many shrine maidens. Once there was a man who fell in love with a maiden and came to the mountain in order to court her. However, she remained loyal to her duties and refused his advances. Enraged, the man killed her and threw her into the river. Dark, huh? Several days later, he returned with a torch and blade and proceeded to brutally butcher all the shrine maidens on the mountain, tossing them into the river as he went. The waters of the mountain flowed red with blood, carrying the slaughtered corpses of the maidens all the way down to the pool of purification. It is said that the eyes of each of the shrine maidens had been gouged out. Just before killing the first maiden and tossing her into the river, the man's eyes met with those of his victim. Something in her eyes led him to murder the others, or so the legend goes. With all the maidens dead, he killed himself by cutting his own throat. The ghosts of shrine maidens still drenched in those bloodied waters have appeared on the mountain ever since. It is said that those who meet their eyes are led to their deaths. They follow the women into the water and drown themselves. Though only a legend, the story is still believed to be based on an actual incident. Local records show that the bodies of several shrine maidens were discovered long ago, and and that all rituals and rites cease to be performed from that day on. Ryu's journal. 1. This looks like part of Ryu's journal. It must have gotten mixed in here while tidying. I feel bad reading it, but... Mr. Hojo can't clean up after himself. For someone who's lived alone for so long, he's incapable of housework. He can't cook and he's bad at tidying up. I'm more like his caretaker than his assistant. He loses things all the time, and whenever he doesn't have a book he needs, he blows up. He usually ends up asking Miss Kurosawa for help. One time when I was trying to sort all these books, one time when I was trying to sort all his books, there was one I couldn't find anywhere. It's like it just disappeared. Okay. Miss Kurosawa found it with her shadow reading. She went into his room on her own, then came back out a little while later with the missing book. She just smiled and said something about making the invisible visible. What is this shadow reading business anyway? This reminds me of that one time I was tidying up and I came across something I'd never seen before. It was like Miss Kurosawa said the invisible became visible. It was kept inside in an old box. I didn't even know what it was. I put it aside to sort out later on, but when I went to take a proper look, it had vanished. It must have gone invisible again. Head to the old part of the abandoned bin.
Yeah, let's go.
Isn't it better to just go in the morning?
There's a local superstition warning people not to go up Mount Hikami after dusk. If you climb the mountain in the twilight hours, it'll show you a different form. Its true form. Only those who wish to die come here at that time. I think that's the inn where the album was found. This must be Ichiru Manor. So, do you think you'll be able to use the camera obscura? I think you should try it out first, just to be sure.
Okay.
Tutorial: Ren's Camera Obscura. This type of camera obscura allows you to take multiple photos at once. Use the multi-shot square function to take 4 photos at once, dealing more damage to the ghost that you photograph. Taking multiple photos at once also helps to get fatal frame shots. After a multi-shot, the camera obscura will take longer than usual to reload the film. Keep in mind that multi-shots quickly use up a lot of film. Also, standard camera obscura lenses do not work with Ren's camera obscura. Feel free to take more pictures if you wish.
Is the camera working?
Well, you look like you, so yeah.
Is that a good thing?
We should go.
I hear the older part of this inn, the part that's further back inside, it was part of some temple or shrine. After it became an inn, the proprietor's family lived here, but it doesn't look like anyone's
was a
been here
massive
for a while. Landslide that hit Mount Hikami. Maybe they were all buried under the rubble. Hey, it looks like the album you asked for was found in the old building.
Yeah, sure looks that way.
Okay, so that's not our path. This is where we're supposed to be going. The camera's reacting to something. Here's his foreshadowing. Drowned woman. I just want to go into the settings real quick. Yeah, we'll just keep it strictly. Yeah, I don't want to use the motion whatever. The motion controls just makes it awkward for me. The hatch on the deck has shut itself. It must have been the wind. Woman in the shadows. Man in the shadows. A woman in the shadows yet again. Gotta be very careful when reaching out to snatch an item, you never know. Hands waving in the dark.
It should be around here.
Oh, it's an enemy. Don't apologize, just move peacefully to the other world. Disturbed ghosts.
This must be the room where Hisoka found that album.
Yeah, it would seem so.
Man shrouded in darkness. The guy hung himself. The camera's reacting to something. Maybe I can see something through the viewfinder. Oops, nope. There we go. And voila, it just materialized. A crumped old note has materialized. This must be what the camera was reacting to. There's a note lying on the shelf. Maybe it belonged to someone who lived here. The messy note. How long has it been since I lost everything? The mountain swallowed up half my inn. All I have left is that old album of postmortem photographs, the one left by my father. I don't even know who these photos are of, but it's the last vestige of family I have. How long have I spent here, wallowing in the darkness? It doesn't matter. I'll burn it all, and then there will only be me. I think I'll end up in the observation room on the roof. That sunset is lovely up there. Camera's reacting to the notes. Using this note as a token, I might find a trace that will lead me to some info about that photograph. The flames.
All because of
alcove wall has come loose, revealing black soil behind it. This whole room must be buried. It's a fight? It's a fight. Okay. Ah, I missed my chance to check the past of that ghost. You still with me in this, Ryui? Stay close, girl. This ain't gonna be pretty.
According to the stories, after the landslide, the owner of the inn moved to the 3rd floor.
Men beckoning upward.
And they say he burned himself to death there, or that he threw himself into the lake.
Common enough story.
Tell me about it. Since then, they say that if you look up at the 3rd floor veranda, you'll see someone looking back down.
Really?
I'm sorry.
There's something in the photo. The photograph shows the duct with its hatch open. This photo might be showing the location of the key to this door. I think it must be the possibly the hatch that closed itself. Here it goes. Looks like the one found in the old building. It looks like it belonged to the innkeeper. Even before the landslide, there were always strange goings on around here. Some years ago, 2 girls went missing on a college field trip. The police were stumped, and a few days later, one of the girls turned up again, seemingly out of her mind. There were lots of theories, but most people believed they were simply spirited away. That girl came back each year to look for her friend, like some sort of pilgrimage. Countless people have gone missing here over the years. We're all used to it by now. My father was spirited away too, as was the folklorist Keiji Watarai. Next it'll be my turn, I bet. I'll vanish with the rest of them. I doubt anyone will think to come looking for me. Here it goes. It's quiet. A little too quiet. The duck hatch, but there's something in there among the pipes. The ghost is gonna reach out. Alright, time to head back. And it's a fight. Speaking of fights, we're gonna take a very short break and we'll be back. Well, here we go. Pardon me for that interruption. Oh yeah, that's right. We're in the middle of a fight. Where is this guy? Or is it over? Alright, fight's over. let's move on. Back to the door. I'll try not to go far too off, just so that our friend can catch up here. It's a fight then. He's right behind me. Get away, girl. Whoa. That was unexpected. Oh shit. Okay, this was kind of a boss fight then. Ghost left something behind and it disappeared. Soiled note has been left here. It looks like it was left by the innkeeper. This place has gone from a tourist hotspot to a suicide hotspot, but I suppose that was always the case. This mountain and death go together side by side. Mikomori was once known as the Grove of Shrine Maidens, a sacred grove where the mountain's maidens oversaw the deaths of pilgrims, easing their passing to the other side. I like that. I envy it. I wish someone would be there to see me off. Was that the man who wrote this note? Maybe I'll find something upstairs.
Rui, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
You open the door using the key. Transfixed by the sunset. There's a scrap of notebook paper on the floor. It looks like there's something written on it. The sunset beckons. It's calling me into the water. This is the right thing to do. Okay, missed our opportunity. Oh, it got me. hold any more of these. Okay. Locked. How do we know where to go? Man staring at something. The whole room is charred. That mine might have left something behind. If he did, it would likely be hidden.
Looks like there was a fire. This must be where the innkeeper moved.
Phantom expose. No, 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 no. Don't go wandering off. Keep away from the edge. Girl's possessed. She is possessed.
Rui! What's wrong? Is something there?
Woman in the netherworld. Oh goodness. Okay.
What were you doing? Can't you remember anything? Let's go home.
You cannot leave the mountain.
And why the heck not? And why the heck not? Merlin Miranda. Alright then. It's a fight then. Bite me. Gotta get the perfect shot. Oof, that hurt. Oh boy, this ain't good. Uh-oh. Just keep dealing damage. Just keep hitting her. You still want to stop me from leaving this mountain?
We're leaving.
A woman dressed like a shrine maiden. Is she connected to the note that I found? There's a note here. The album of postmortem photographs was assembled by a folklorist who lived on the mountain. His name was Keiji Watarai. He became fascinated by the custom and moved to Mount Hekami to study how it spread through Japan. My father seemed to take an interest in these photos as well. Strange foreign customs always fascinated him. While he was running the inn, he helped Watarai collect postmortem photographs from the nearby town. On Mount Hekami, water itself was deified. It seemed like Watarai wanted to get a deeper understanding of this unique outlook, so he set up a house in the forest to experience it firsthand. He was greatly aided by my father, who had already set up the inn by that point. He already remodeled it from an old, unused shrine. I think he thought the extra religious heft would help attract more visitors. One day, the folklorist went missing. Several people formed a search party, but they were unable to find a trace. Even the road to his house seemed to have been lost to the woods. My father scoured the mountain too, but all he found was that photo album. He was soaking wet when he got back. I remember he was acting strangely. His eyes had this curious glint, almost like he had been possessed by something. The next thing I knew, my father went missing as well. I'd forgotten about the photos until I found them in the old building after the landslide, but now I understand why my father left Watarai too. These photos are so beautiful. Keiji Watarai, a folklorist who lived on Mount Hekami. Hisoka probably had some books about him. We should get back. Yui needs to rest. The photo album left behind by the innkeeper was put together by a folklorist who lived on Mount Hekami. As Ren and Rui explored the inn and traced the spirit of its owner, a ghost tried to lure Ryui to suicide. Then, through the pouring rain, an anonymous shrine maiden appeared. Ren and Rui left the mountain with more questions than when they started. A rank. Postmortem photography. It's just how the business goes, buddy. Interlude. Shadow reading. Yuri Kosukata. With Hisoka still missing, Yuri recalls what she witnessed on the mountain. Fuyuhi taking her own life while entranced by a malevolent spirit, and the bodies of dead shrine maidens washed up at the pool of purification. These disquieting images leave Yuri with no doubt that Mount Hekami houses some kind of horrifying secret. Yuri takes the camera obscura that she found on the mountain and begins searching for a token that will lead her to Hisoka.
Suicide, huh? There was no body, right? And you said, what was it? That lots of women's bodies washed up afterwards? I think there have been reports saying something like that before. Oh, well. I'll see what I can find out tomorrow.
Pick up the camera obscura on the desk. Hisoka's camera obscura is on the desk. This is the only picture from the camera obscura that shows anything. It's a shadow on water. A dark silhouette standing on what looks like a body of water. The other photos are no good. They're all black, as if they were exposed to strong light. This doesn't tell me anything. Maybe there are more clues in Hisoka's room. So now we gotta search Hisoka's room. Hisoka Kurosawa leaving the room. Hisoka. She liked to sit at her desk to relax. The Japanese style of the room helped her de-stress. The drawer is locked. The camera obscura is reacting to it. There's something in the picture. The storeroom on the first floor.
Forgive me.
Girl in uniform. What was that? Is there something in that room? Old file on top of the luggage looks like a report on the shadow reading case. A girl in school uniform is crumped up so many times you can't make out the face. Okay, I think this is where we need to go. The slow opening of the door stresses me out for some reason. There's something under the bed. It's a small key. Maybe it opens the drawer in Hisoka's desk. That's where we're going. But is there gonna be a fight? Looks like a shadow reading request. Details the zipper looking for her brother. Search abandoned. Miku Hanasaki, warm but lone expression. Tendency to blame herself. Another case dropped. Her seems tinged with sadness. Okay. Yuri, high school. It's just how much I've changed since then. I've had a hard time looking at mirrors. Check the desk in Hisoka's room. I don't think there's any reason for any ghosts to be here, but I don't want to speak too soon either. It seems very somber and lonely, man. I would hate, I don't know. It'd be very difficult to live alone somewhere there. Just feels like that anyway. Small file tucked away in the desk drawer. Contains photos. Compared to her photos, she's someone who has a darker expression. Looks like someone else who went missing on the mountain. Have all these girls been turned into possibly shrine maidens, maybe? I don't know. Cassette tape from the answering machine. Don't draw off. See, he's a friend of Ren's, but I've never met him. Journal tucked away in the drawer. Looks like someone that's related to the client. Doesn't know. Doesn't want to be tripped somewhere. Shouldn't. So to tell her. I'm worried about leaving Yuri alone. The file lists the missing person cases that Hisoka took on. Haruka Momose, this is the girl that Yuri was looking for. May be able to track her down if I use this photograph as a token. Head to Mountain Hikami. Wait, you want to go right now? Like right now? Hisoka Kurosawa going outside. Hisoka, this time I'll be the one who'll save you. Using the camera obscura, Yuri found a number of missing person case files connected to Mount Hikami. She is now more determined than ever to head back to the mountain and find Hisoka. Fourth drop. Find Haruka Momose. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in to the session. We'll continue next time. So stay tuned.